Well, hi everyone. Today is the 16th of January 2018 and I hope you're going to come and cook lunch with me. This time I am using the Busy Mums cookbook and I've chosen sausage, pea and potato casserole. One of my children decided to have sausage for their lunch at school yesterday, but when they got there they'd run out, so I thought I'd do the sausage casserole today. It's not a very nice day. I think some parts of the country have woken up to snow. It is intermittent sun. It's bright sunshine and then it goes dark and it's rain and it's snow and it's cold. So I think this is a nice comfort food for this evening. I'm also going to cook my soup. It's going to be the same recipe that I used last week. I know it's not a very varied thing, but it's the only thing that I've got in the fridge. I'm not going out because it's not very nice to get ingredients for anything else. So I'm going to cook the carrot soup probably at the same time that I'm going to prepare tonight's evening meal. Now I've already got it out, and because the can opener wasn't behaving itself last week, I thought I would try and do it before I started, so I've got everything prepared. However, I've cut my thumb on it and it hurts, so I think it's time for a new can opener. I haven't got one of the ingredients. It's chopped tomatoes, so I decided to go for baked beans, but the baked bean can that I've got hasn't got a ring pull on it, but I've managed to open it halfway and I'm sure I'll be able to pour it. Fingers crossed. So again, I'm going to use the slow cooker. I'm preparing it. I did start about half an hour ago, but I cut my thumb and it's taken about half an hour for it to stop bleeding. I haven't got any plasters because one of my children loves using plasters for any little thing. So of course when Mummy actually needs a plaster because she's bleeding everywhere, Mummy's got to use kitchen towel and sellotape or magic tape. Lovely, isn't it? So again, I am going to put this probably isn't very easy, and I think if I was cooking for other people then I'd probably be a bit more hygienic, but as it's my family, well, there we go, I'm not very hygienic. So we'll start off with that bag for rubbish. And I'm just going to start off with the onion and garlic. Now both these recipes have onion and garlic, and the recipe for the stew says virgin olive oil, but I'm just going to carry on using the coconut oil because I think it has a better flavour to it. I can't get it out. It takes forever. So I'm going to put a dollop in the saucepan. It's the only problem, isn't it, when it's a solid at room temperature. Oh, it smells good. I'm not a coconut person. I don't like sort of like the coconut, or I'm not really a nutty person. I know they're good for you, but to me it just tastes like sawdust. But the smell of it is gorgeous. Right, we'll leave that in there. Right, so I'm going to turn this on and we'll put it on the fry. So we'll put it, I can find fry. going to turn the temperature down. I'll tell you what, we'll press start and then we'll because it does it at 160 and I just think that's too hot, so I'll just go to 90 I think, and then just press start again. Right. Am I safe with a knife? And of course when you haven't got your thumb it's not very easy, but I'm sure we'll manage. So both these recipes have an onion and a garlic, and I thought I would just do it together. Small. When you haven't got something, that's when you realise that that's how much you use it, isn't it? You know, you take everything for granted that you have, and then once you haven't got it, that's when you realise how much you needed it. Like your thumb, you can't do much without your thumb. Can you see me doing this, or am I standing in front? So I'm just chopping up the garlic for the crock pot. Well, not the crock pot really, is it? It's a slow cooker because it's a Pressure King Pro. Now the recipe does say 2 garlic cloves and 2 onions, but if I did that then I wouldn't have enough for my soup. So, and I think 1.5 and 1 onion is probably enough. Oh, you can heard the hiss then. implement to stir it with. Although I think all my dishes so far have started off with onion and garlic, so is it a varied diet? I don't know. I think most dishes probably start off with onion and garlic. Stay in there because it's not very hot. Right, so I'll do the onion and garlic now for the soup. Now, for the soup, I ate the soup for lunch the other day and I thought it was very tasty. I decided, because I cooked the oat and yoghurt bread at the same time, I decided that instead of just dipping it in, I just broke it in and just soaked it into the soup, and that was nice. That made it give it a nice hearty flavour to it. Gave it a bit of crunch. And my children had it for tea one night and they liked it too. They do have a cooked meal at school, so I'm not really worried if they don't get a cooked meal in the evening. But I think with everything that they do, they probably need it. I think still, like, try and keep yourself going at the pace that we do. You need to eat properly. It's all very well eating an easy meal one time, which is nice. So for us, it's sort of like pasta and sauce. But then you don't feel as if you've got the energy the following day to actually do anything. Although having said that, we ate steak last night with sweet potato chips and red cabbage. And to be honest, I woke up this morning feeling tired. Seemed to be a long day yesterday. I went into work with my husband yesterday. So we left just after 8 here. And when I decided I was going to get up, I thought, I'm going to do my yoga. So I did it by the side of my bed, and that's why I didn't video it. And then instead of eating porridge for breakfast, I did myself a scrambled egg, and I broke some of that bread into it, which was not. Oh no, which was nice, and that kept me going. Because sometimes the worry is, will it keep me going? Am I going to get hungry? I think I started to get hungry at about 12 o'clock, which is about my norm. So that was all right. Give this another stir. Now for the soup, you sort of like think, well, I don't have to, I can roughly chop it, because it's going to get blitzed. However, you want to, oh, tears in my eyes. Oh, don't you just love onions when they make you cry? Give your eyes a good wash. However, obviously if it's bigger slices, then it's going to take longer to cook. And I think when I cooked it last time, it took about 40 minutes for the carrots to become soft. Ah, there we are. We've got that good sizzling sound. Oh. I don't think I want to chop any other part of my body off, so I think we'll just go like that with that. So the first part of the soup recipe is garlic, onion and celery. So I'm just preparing those. So that's going to go. Oh, I've got the saucepan here. You probably can't see it. It probably looks as if I'm chucking it on the floor. So that's my saucepan for the carrot soup. Now I'm going to go back to this. Give this a good stir. So all I've got in here is the onion and the garlic. And I've got 4 potatoes. I decided to like one each, and just chop these up. I'm not going to peel them because I think the skin's nice. Skin's nice and healthy. The recipe does say to peel it and then to chop it a bit. I think they're nicer. I think sweet potato you have to peel. But I think all the other potatoes are fine. Frozen peas, which I think is probably more frozen than peas. The main ingredient, the sausages. They've just been defrosted and they're going in whole. So it's like one sausage each, I think. And then see if this baked bean thing works. I'll have to give it a good tap. Might just get a bit of hot water in there, give it a bit of a rinse. Go. And some of this. Give that a rinse because it's had raw meat on it. Oh, guess what? It's gone dark again. Right, so that is it. So I'm going to pop the lid on and stop what it's doing. I'm going to go on to slow cook. When I can work out how to use this thing. I do it for 4 hours. Let's get rid of that. Celery. Oh, can you hear it again? Right, now then. That's had raw meat on it. Well, not really. So that's tonight's evening tea done. So at least I know that I'm going to be eating a nice meal tonight. Or a warming meal, shall we say. So I'm now going to do the soup, so I'll probably turn this round a little bit. There we go. And I need to bring the carrots over. Oh, lost a carrot. Can you see me? Can you see what I'm doing? Well, I don't think you can see me chopping the carrots. But peel the carrots first in the very full thing. Oh, I did drop one, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So here we are, carrot peeler. Now I think it does say 8 carrots. I've only got 6. Meantime, I'm just going to pop this on a low heat. And you, oh no, you still can't see me, can you? Oh, well I'm over here. I can never get this hob to work. So I'm just going to put that on a low heat while I'm peeling the carrots, so then I feel as if I'm then doing something. So that just needs to soften up a bit. This is where I get carrot peelings all over the floor. That's one carrot done. So I wonder how you are all getting on. Are you doing anything good this year? Any New Year's resolutions or something to change your life? Or maybe you're happy the way everything is at the moment, which is good. And why is it when you peel your carrot you always end up peeling your fingernails as well? But it's probably the way I'm holding it because I've got no thumb. See, this is making me motivated because I'm filming myself doing it, and I hope it does help someone, or maybe most of you probably find this boring. I don't know. Although sometimes maybe people find it interesting finding out about other people's lives. Of course, I'm still like doing this to help me, and if it helps someone else, then that's good too. Because maybe you might have me on in the background while you're doing this, and then you feel as if you've got some company. Or of course I suppose some people might find it very boring and very annoying, and well, that's fine. So I've done yoga every day now for 2 weeks, and the days I find a challenge are the days that I'm working, because if I'm on an early, then I start at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you think, well, can I really do yoga before work? You know, I was thinking, is it going to make me tired? Will I get all the way through it? I know yoga supposedly gives you energy, but I feel tired after I've done anything. I feel as if I could just fall asleep after doing anything. In fact, on Thursday when I did my mammoth, taking them to school doing yoga, I then walked to Tesco to get some ingredients. I then spent 3 hours cooking tea and lunch. I then walked to get them from school, came home and fell asleep. But I am sleeping better at night. I think that's a big key as well, isn't it, to feeling happy in life, is whether you can actually sleep at night. And before, I think I was sleeping for about 4 hours at night. It didn't matter what I did during the day. It didn't matter what time I went to bed. I still slept for 4 hours. And I'd wake up probably needing the toilet and then never going back off to sleep, or I would spend hours awake, and then when it was time to wake up I would probably have just gone back off to sleep, and then I felt even more tired than when I'd woken up in the middle of the night. And that's no good for anybody, because then it's a vicious circle, isn't it? Because you wake up feeling tired, you don't want to do anything. When you force yourself to do things, sometimes you feel better and other times you feel worse. And then of course you need that nap in the afternoon to sort of like keep you going. Oh, it's pouring with rain again, it's gone really dark. I think it's not just raining though, it's snowing. And it just becomes a vicious circle, and it's very difficult to get out of. And then you're probably not eating properly because you just want something that's quick and easy to do. You don't want to be cooking for hours, because sometimes when you've cooked for hours, it then only takes about 10 minutes to eat, doesn't it? And then it's over, and you think, well, is it really worth the effort? I think I'm glad I'm inside. I don't think you'll see it. I don't think it'll pick it up on the camera. Right, well, I finished peeling. Have a look at this. Oh, it is sticking, isn't it? Oh no, you can't see there, can you? What about here? Gosh, was that thunder and lightning as well? My goodness. Oh, it looks like hail actually. Don't know if you can see it. You're probably feeling seasick now because I'm walking around with it. Right. Hello, I'm back again. Oh, lovely weather. Well, I think I'm glad that I'm inside. Right, as I've moved, let me just have a look at this spoon. An implement to stir it with. Right, well, that's doing nothing, so we're all right. It's still feeling a bit hard. I just don't want to burn it while I'm leaving it. Right, I've just got it on 4 at the moment, so I might just turn it up a bit to 5. Because we just want to do it, don't we? And we just want to get in there and do it. Right, so chop up the carrots. So I think I'm going to try and finely chop the carrots this time. Let me see if I can get it down a little bit so you can see what I am doing. Excellent angle. Maybe we won't leave it that way. So it is, and it takes a lot to change, but you get to a point where you think, I cannot live like this any longer. The saucepan because I could hear it sizzling. Don't want it to burn. But you can only change when you feel ready to change. You know, people are saying, oh, maybe you need help, maybe you need this, maybe you need that. But I've tried medication before, and I've tried counselling and all the rest of it, and it just didn't agree with me. Or I didn't understand it or see the purpose of it. I don't know, and I think if you're not open to it, then it's not going to help, is it? So you have to come to it yourself. Try and keep going, although I think I've probably hidden. I I don't think in the last year I've actually really done anything. But now I'm getting to the point where it's like, I really feel I need to do something. And I certainly don't want to get to the age of 40 where I really am fat and overweight. And I suppose I was getting to the point that it hurts to bend my knees. So it hurts to walk up and down the stairs. Now, we're all right where we live because we live in a bungalow, which is fine. But obviously you can't avoid stairs all your life. And I don't want to feel that I can't walk up and down stairs, because if I'm like that at 37, what am I going to be like in 5 years' time, 10 years' time? Is my body going to have seized up? Well, I don't want to get to that point due to lifestyle. Because although I've had the fatigue and the injuries and yeah, probably depression and bereavement, oops, you know, that's not a reason to be physically inactive, is it? Or for your body to actually stop moving. So I've never really been interested in the gym. They say that walking is the best exercise, and I do a lot of walking. Well, I think I do a lot of walking. I mean, when I take the school run is about a 2 mile round trip. I think 2 miles is probably a lot in one go. I think I'm giving out with the ends of the, that's my thumb. There we go. Try not to waste too much, but to try and be safe so I don't actually cut off any more things. But I never feel, and I certainly don't feel as if I've ever lost weight from walking. In fact, when I come home, I feel really hungry, so then you eat, don't you? I try and eat fruit when I come home, but maybe that's not the right thing. I don't know. It's also finding out about your body as well, I suppose, and how it works and what it likes and what it doesn't like. But sometimes what it doesn't like, I'm talking more about exercise, I'm not talking about food, that's the thing that it probably needs. When I was younger, I did a lot of ballet and gymnastics. I was very supple, I could do anything. And I did lots of, we had, it was Get in Shape Girl. And I would just put the tapes on, I would do it in our living room. And I wouldn't think anything of it. We'd go out for walks, we'd go out for bike rides, we'd play in the garden. We'd got a lot of, we'd got a climbing frame, a slide, a swing, a seesaw, a slippy slide for the summer. And you wouldn't think anything of it. I suppose that's when you're younger and your body works and it doesn't hurt, and you know, children can do yoga, can't they? You know, and they don't know that they're doing it. Oh, it's looking quite white outside. Anyway, but then one day I was 11 and I was walking up the driveway to school, and I all of a sudden became, I just had backache. I couldn't move. It was excruciating, and they made me carry on with the day. I think they thought that I was pretending. I don't know. But they wouldn't send me home. And I suppose I've had that pain in my back, that there's always been a weakness there for years and years and years, because nobody knew what it was. And I suppose when you don't know while you're in pain, then you don't know how to treat it. And of course back then it was all like bed rest, wasn't it? Which then I suppose made me even more immobile and the pain worse. And my parents took me to an osteopath. I'm going to lift this up now so you can watch me. I'm going to pop it on the saucepan. Give this a stir. And nobody knew, and eventually I felt that I could get back, but it was always there, it was always a weakness, it always hurt. And I suppose that was the moment. I suppose I also started my periods as well, around about, a bit later I think. And then I suppose everything stopped. I wasn't as active as I was, and that was at the age of 11. And we kind of like carried on, and here I am at 37, probably wondering why I'm fat. So I've added in the carrots. Oops. I've decided that the onion and the celery has had enough cooking. And then I'm going to put in some vegetable stock. I think I might need a spoon. I'll get out of the jar. And I suppose, I don't know when I became interested in yoga, but I suppose I like yoga because as I've been a gymnast, I mean, I'm certainly not saying I'm going to start doing headstands and handstands, and because obviously I could do that when I was younger, but I certainly don't think I could do it now. And I think I'd need a lot of workout to actually be able to do it. So I now need 4 jugfuls of water. This is boiling water. We have a boiling water tap, so we've got hot water on demand, and we don't have a kettle. Or we might have one somewhere just in case we need one. And I've just carried on, but I don't feel as if my mind and body, oh, I've forgotten now how much that is. Maybe another one. Has actually ever been as good. And I suppose when when you become an awkward teenager, you don't like your body, I've started to sort of like slump because I want to hide. I feel as if I've got that horrible shape of my neck where it's where it really bends in you like this because you've been stooped. I hate my body. I've always felt as if I've been fat, even when I was a size 10, 12, 14. So I've always felt like that. I'm just going to give this a stir. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm just going to turn the temperature up to the highest. Whoops, no, that's going low. Just to bring it to the boil. Let's see if we can put in some salt and pepper. I'm actually going to use some Himalayan pink salt maybe, because I did buy some the other day for a recipe that she used. I think, was that, or maybe it was for this. Oh, heck, it's starting to bleed again. fiddle-dee. Right. Oh, well, that smells good. Oops. So I'm just bringing this up to the boil. I don't think we've made that much mess. Have a look and see what it looks like outside. Let's see what happens, shall we? Right, well, I am probably going to turn it off now. It's been 46 minutes up to this point. So all I'm going to do is bring it to the boil. It's getting there. And then I will cover it and cook it for about half an hour and see how that goes. I think last time it took 40 minutes. And then we blitzed it with a hand blender and then I ate it. So it's already 12:15. So hopefully by 1 o'clock I might get some lunch. But I'm not picking the children up today until 4:30, so it gives me a bit of time to have some lunch. And then hopefully when they do come home at 4:30, I think they'll be ravenous because they've been at school since 8. She had a late night last night. She came home at about 10:30. She could have gone into school a bit later, but then I've still got to get him to school, so she might as well have gone. And I get a day of rest. Yay! So they will be hungry, so it'll be nice to come home at 4:30 and have something warming to eat. Of course, my husband always says that whenever I cook anything, the first question he always asks, is there potato in it? I'm not a potatoey person, but I will put a potato in, or I'll put an alternative in. So I think he was very pleased that there were chickpeas in the stew that I did the other day. And he eats it differently. He likes it on tortilla chips with cheese. But I think that's probably my downfall. But hey ho. So, as I've shown you the snow, let me show you this. This is where it falls off into it, isn't it? I've already had my iPad screen replaced. How's that? And we see that there? So that's what it looks like. And it smells gorgeous. So, I'm not very good at this, am I? Anyway, see you soon. See you later. Bye.